Hey everyone, how's it going? Hope you've all been well. Today we're going to one of my favourite spots, if not my favourite spot, in Royal National Park. So it's a little sort of swimming hole off or along Kangaroo Creek. So we're just walking to that. Initially I was feeling adventurous and I was going to do the whole, I guess, big loop starting from Audley and walking along Kangaroo Creek up to like Carlu Pool and then Alula Falls and then the way back to the car park. I'm now feeling less adventurous, so I think my plan is to reach the swimming hole. Hopefully the sun comes out and then chill there, read a book, absorb the sun and walk back. And I think I might do that big loop for tomorrow. So yeah, with that being said, thank you for coming along and we shall see how this hike goes. So the reason why I like this spot so much, and this track as well, is that we started at Audley. It's where the cafe and sort of that village area bit is. It's really busy, the overflow car park gets used, everyone's there, but then you hop onto this track and there's no one, or next to no one. So yeah, and where the swimming hole is, it's a short-ish walk, but it's got ups and downs, it's got some stairs, and it's in the bush. So it's just a really nice, peaceful walk. And then the swimming hole itself is amazing. I think this is maybe the 4th or 5th time I've been there now, over like 1 to 2 years. So compared to anywhere else, I think I've been here the most. So yeah, overall just a great spot that I enjoy loads. Yeah. So I always get excited when I see these, and it's getting to the point where it's a bit too often that it's not a novelty anymore, but still super excited. Are just these little sundews, these carnivorous plants. In the light, they're absolutely gorgeous. And I always tend to see them like along the creek at Royal National, which is really, I enjoy looking at them. I've seen a couple where it's like on the longer stalk and it's kind of different shaped. Flower's not really the right word, but a different shape that's not just sort of like the one that's stuck against the rock. So yeah, I guess when you're walking about and if you see those are sundews. So yeah. Okay, so I got to the spot and there was a small family already there. I guess it's one of those places that when there's like more than 1 or 2 groups, it feels a bit crowded and feels a bit weird. So I walked further along Kangaroo Creek, but it wasn't what I was going for, so I decided to walk back along the way before I commit and ends up going to Olympic Pool. So going back the other way, finding a spot by the water that's still in the sun, and I'll chill there for a bit, and then it'll just be a slightly shorter walk on the way back. So that is the plan. Okay, so I found this spot by the water. There's running water next to it, so the sounds are very peaceful. Again, not exactly what I had originally planned, although my original plan was to do a gigantic walk today, and then I downsized just to one swimming hole, and that swimming hole was busy, so I've now downsized further, but still a really nice spot. And when the sun is out, it's in the sun and it's very nice, although it does look like it's going to be overcast now. So yeah, so I'll chill here for an hour or so, start reading a book, or at least plan to. I brought some cheese, I brought some fruit, so I'll eat that, and then I'll head back to the car. Okay, so this is what I'm reading at the moment, or just started reading. So it's Iridescent Kuwait by Laura Hinderlang. And it looks at, I guess, the impact of petrol on Kuwait in modern times. So the last book that I was reading, I gave up on because I found it a bit too beyond me, I guess. I couldn't really understand it very well. And now I've picked up this book, which is probably equally as demanding or mentally challenging, I guess. So we'll see how it goes. But I do have interest in these types of books in terms of history and modern history in particular. So yeah, we'll see how we go with this. But that is what I've just started reading. Right, so the clouds have come in and the wind's picked up a tiny bit. So it means that it's a bit cold and it's a bit unpleasant. So I've read sort of half a chapter of the book. I think I'll be able to do this one. I think I can manage this one a bit better. I think the way that the author's conveyed her thoughts, I seem to digest a bit easier. So yeah, and overall it's a really interesting concept or idea. So yeah, so just walking back to the car now, so just leaving the creek and going back the same way. So it's probably about 20 minutes, half an hour, depending on how slow I decide to walk on the way back. So yeah, see you guys back at the car. Just about to head back to the car. I'm just doing the downhill bit now. So it's definitely become a bit noisier, a few more children and whatnot. So yeah, so today didn't go exactly as planned in terms of where I would have liked to have ended up, but still ended up in a really nice, peaceful spot. Had a chance to start a new book and just relax for a bit. I guess on my end, I've been in a new place for about a year now, and I guess in the last couple of weeks I've bought a few things and I've made my place really nice to be in, so I ended up staying in there rather than going outside. So this is why I sort of ended up coming out a bit later today rather than a bit earlier. The clouds have come in earlier than expected, so the timing was just a bit off today, but all in all still a really good. I'm really happy that I still managed to get outside, as ridiculous as that sounds. So yeah, I'm sure there's a meaning behind there somewhere. But yeah, overall would recommend just going outside and enjoying nature. So yeah, thanks as always for coming along, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.